want to bring in Jeremiah Ellison. Jeremiah is a member of Minneapolis City Council. We should also point out that he is the son of Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison, who led the prosecution of Derek Chauvin. Good to see you again, sir. Thanks for your time this morning. I just want to start with your reaction to that breaking news, Councilman. The breaking news that we heard about the Department of Justice launching this investigation into the patterns and practices of the Minneapolis Police Department. Were you surprised by that? What would you like to see come out of that investigation?
Yeah, I'm not surprised by it. The state of Minnesota, Department of Human Rights started a similar pattern and practice investigation against our police department a year ago. In the wake of the police response to the protests back then. And so I'm not surprised by this DOJ investigation. I knew that with Trump out of office, this level of oversight was gonna return, thankfully. And we invite it. We think that we do have some issues in our department, but we also understand that this is not just a Minneapolis problem. This is a broader problem all across the country. We're waking up to the news of the death of Ma'Khia Bryant. And I think that this is going to continue to be an issue that we can't ignore.
Back to this moment that we're in, Jeremiah, what are you feeling for your city this morning after those three guilty charges, those three guilty verdicts?
Yeah, it's what should happen. It's the right thing for this time. It's the right thing for this case. I think that's one of the things that can be hard for us to wrestle with for those of us like myself who deal with the social consequences. Sometimes it can feel a little bit like not enough. But at the end of the day, this case was about the legal consequences for these actions that Derek Chauvin did for the murder of George Floyd. And so with that framework, this is exactly the outcome that we should have been hoping for. This was the outcome that was just and deserved. And I'm glad that the jury agreed. But I also know that the work's not done. And we started some of this work a year ago to change the way that we're keeping our neighbors safe here in our city, because this current model that we have, it isn't working.
You and a few of your colleagues released a statement as jury deliberations got underway. And you said, in part, quote, we are acutely aware that justice for George Floyd in our community goes far beyond the outcome of this trial. Well, what do you think justice actually looks like? What should it look like?
Yeah, justice should look like this not happening again. There were a lot of reasons for George Floyd being put in the position that he ended up being in, which was at the mercy of a system that did not value his life, at the mercy of a department and an officer who did not value his life. He's not the only person in our city who's ever been in that position. And so I think that true justice looks like us examining that and undoing that practice of harm. I think when I think about this case, one of the things that does come to mind is the conviction of Jason Van Dyke in Chicago for the murder of Laquan McDonald. That happened in 2018, and it didn't inherently prevent George Floyd from happening. It didn't inherently prevent Breonna Taylor from getting killed, and it didn't prevent her killer from ultimately walking free without consequences. And so, we've seen second-degree murder charges, we've seen police convicted before, and while those are the consequences that those officers deserve, our community deserves for this not to happen again.
As you know, guilty verdicts for police officers, uncommon. And this was, by pretty much all accounts, an extraordinary effort by the prosecution. Legal observers have said they presented quite the case. Your vantage point a bit different, since your father led that prosecution. How proud were you yesterday of Dad and his work?
Yeah, I was incredibly proud. In some ways, I didn't expect anything less. My Nana, who passed away from COVID last year, we all sort of come from that cloth. We're all sort of cut from that cloth. And my grandmother Liz, who also passed away a couple years ago, these are the women that raised him. These are the women that raised me. And so I understand the legacy that he's coming out of, and I'm coming out of that as well. And so I was incredibly proud, and at the same time didn't expect anything less. My dad knows that every good outcome that you're going to have in your life is going to come from collaboration. And so he built a good team with that in mind, knowing that he was going to need a diverse set of perspectives in order to win this case. And that's exactly what he did.
Jeremiah Ellison, we're going to leave it there. Thank you. Thanks for your time. Talk to you soon, Councilman. Be well.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.